All right, Big Bang, it's the Rundown. It's Wednesday. It's December 7th. Chicago crew, it's myself, Eddie. It's White Sox Dave. It's Chief, presented by Curve. If you hate missing out on rewards, try Curve. Curve is a unique credit card that helps you maximize your rewards effortlessly. Rather than adding another card to your wallet, Curve combines all your cards into one. You can then pre-select what kind of payments get charged to which card so you never miss out on a reward. Genius, right? You'll also earn 1% cash back on everything you buy for 6 months. Get $20 in Curve cash once you've downloaded the app through curve.com/Barstool, opened in an account, and made a first transaction, okay? Curve card is powered by Hatch Bank. Terms and conditions do apply. This sounds like a good one. Go do it because I think everyone wants to have rewards.
I love rewards. I furnished almost my entire house solely on rewards, and I don't think a lot, at least I didn't, ever really pay attention to all the points you build up through credit card usage. And once I realized I could, get a free couch or whatever, patio furniture.
Yeah, it matters.
It definitely matters. So go download Curve. That's curve.com/Barstool. Create an account and bombs away.
Beautiful. That's the way to do it. All right, first topic here, Aaron Judge. He is not going to the San Francisco Giants. He will be going back to the New York Yankees to the tune of $360 million for 9 years. White Sox Dave is the known New York Yankees fan. We'll start with you. Yeah, you love the Yankees. You love their fans. You love everything about the New York
You're happy
Yankees.
for them today.
I'm very happy for the New York Yankees. It would have been a nuclear holocaust if he signed elsewhere, and the Yankees fans would have been right to like burn down Yankee Stadium. So I always thought this was going to happen. Chief and I didn't get back from hunting until late last night, so I didn't even see all the San Francisco Giants rumors that were coming out that he was signing there. Obviously, I saw that they were going to go hard on him, but I didn't see that until this morning. And oh man, if I don't know if my heart could handle that as a Yankees fan, like going from just seething anger to letting a franchise icon walk to waking up and like, oh, he's coming back, and but yeah, the Yankees are worse still today than they are yesterday. So,
can I ask you a question?
Yes.
How do the Padres have so much money? Why are they in on like every fucking guy?
So he turned down a higher offer from the Giants at the Padres is reported right now.
Yes. 10 for $400 from the Padres is what I saw. And what did the Giants offer?
I don't know, but that's
so it's the same AAV.
Like $400 million in my brain. That's what the whole franchise should cost.
Yeah.
But they're just like, we'll just give it to Judge.
There's one pro team in that town now, right?
They're the only show in town.
Unless
you want to count the
$400 million. You kidding me, bro? San Diego, you get like a condo, bedroom. Fucking San Diego.
I guarantee you. Well, I was gonna say that Jerry Reinsdorf is just like furious that the Padres are doing this, but he doesn't give a shit because that doesn't change anything for him aside from all his little fall boys are going to have to get shit for it.
Can I stop you for a second?
Sure.
This was not a question about Jerry Reinsdorf. I'm just wondering, how do the Padres...
They all have it, is my point.
Okay.
They all have the money to do this, and you guys laughed at me for years. None of these teams, sans the Atlanta Braves, because they're owned by a publicly traded company, show their profits. And when teams like the San Diego Padres are dropping $30 million a year on Manny Machado, he was 10 for $300, and offer. They missed on Trey Turner too. I guess he turned down more money from them to go to Philly. They all have the money, and they cry poor like the Yankees have done with Hal Steinbrenner. The White Sox, we all see what they do. Many teams are like, oh, we can't afford it. Yes, you fucking can. Every team is handed $100 million from the league for national TV revenue. A lot of teams don't even trot out $100 million payrolls. They all have money, and the baseball teams they print money. They're money making factories.
Mm-hmm. So I think obviously the biggest story, which I made a joke about earlier here in the rundown, was that John Heyman tweeted that it appears that arson judge is going to the Giants.
He did that to me too. You remember that, Ed?
John Heyman?
Yeah, he called me Barstool WMD, like I'm a like a nuclear bomb.
Weapon of mass destruction.
I don't remember that. I don't
Just
remember
a
that.
biological agent.
I don't remember that. But I got my radar up.
Why is that?
I think that may have been a plant, a Brian Cashman plant. Okay, I think he was putting a feeler out there to see the reaction from Yankees fans if they didn't re-sign Judge, and the reaction was a fucking torpedo. He got bulldozed.
It was a WMD.
Yes, it was a WMD.
Yeah.
I instantly, I saw Hubs and all the other Barstool Yankees fans going nuts about how much of a fucking asshole Cashman was. Just to see the reaction. It was just
What
a
did
great,
you think it was going to be?
Well, I know.
The guy just had, arguably, aside from a couple of Ruth and DiMaggio and Gary years, the greatest season in the storied franchise's history.
But as a baseball guy, there is a legitimate argument to be made how much that team needs and where they're at.
Oh, yeah.
That there is an argument to let him walk.
Definitely.
There is a huge argument to let him walk.
The Yankees, more so than any team in baseball, maybe not the Dodgers or the Mets, but they, like I said earlier, they print money. They're worse today than they were yesterday because they're paying more money for a player who's more than likely not going to duplicate the success he just saw last year.
How old is he now?
I think he's 31. So it takes him through his age 40 season. I know he's in his 30s. I want 30 or 31, I want to say. And then the Cubs signed Tyon today, right?
He's 30.
30.
Yeah, he turns 31 on April 26th.
So he'll be 31 next year.
Yeah.
So when his contract's kicking in. So it'll take him through his age 40 season. But they're thinner on pitching. I saw someone say they better drop $200 million on Rodon now. I've said this time and time and time again. Garrett Cole's obviously a stud. Nestor Cortez has turned into a very good pitcher. After that, I don't see the Yankees, their pitching, it just doesn't do it for me personally. It really doesn't. And so now they got to sign $200 million Carlos Rodon. Does that give you wiggle room? Obviously, Hal Steinbrenner, he hasn't shown that he's, this
not his dad.
Cutthroat. Exactly. He's not his dad. This cutthroat, go and get every best player possible. He's much more risk averse, especially because from what I understand, all his wealth comes from the Yankees.
Yeah. Well,
that wasn't George. George treated them like a toy and was hell-bent on winning at all costs. This is, we're going to win with a cost,
Yeah.
Under
the
a budget.
finances have also changed, too.
Definitely.
But.
Did you also see what I said about baseball breaking news reporters, baseball insiders?
I don't believe so.
I kind of love baseball insiders. And I know Rosenthal and Passan have they're very highly regarded.
Yeah,
but
they're the best.
I just love this other echelon of the Haymans and the
Nightingale.
and the Nightingales.
Heyman's as good as those guys probably, but he's
got some glaring fuck ups, I think.
They all do.
Yeah.
Rosenthal's done it. Chris Cotillo's done it. He came on Redline years and years ago and talked about how he read a text on a scoop, tweeted it, and he read the name wrong. And it was about the Pirates or something. And you can't get one thing wrong. Otherwise, you're known as the guy that fucks everything up.
Yeah.
Even if you're right 99 times out of 100. Obviously, Bob Nightingale's cut from a different cloth. But
it's just
it is funny.
Baseball
yes.
they are definitely. I'm not as in tune with hockey. McMurphy and some of those guys are pretty good with college football. Goodman's pretty good with college basketball. But, Shams and Woj, and then obviously Schefter and Rappaport are in a class of their own up at the top. But I do feel like the world owes you a little bit of an apology for being a little bit of a mistake guy when it comes to messing things up. Because it's just kind of the baseball insider MO.
Yeah. Did he? And
right?
Pardon me
it feels that way. Yeah. And hockey, you're.
But like I said,
there's probably 4 hockey guys, and they're
Friedman,
Pierre LeBrun, used to be Bob McKenzie. Those guys.
Where's he now?
He's kind of part time.
Okay.
His off season nickname was Bobby Margarita, and he has. I think he's Bobby Margarita 6 months out of the year instead of.
I would like to be Davey Margarita 6 months out of the year, so I'm cool with that.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we'll end with this last thing here. In the 9 years here of this deal, White Sox Dave, in your words, what do you call Yankees fans?
Greasy scumbags.
Greasy scumbags. Do the greasy scumbag Yankees fans see a World Series in Aaron Judge's 9 years in the Bronx?
Gun to head, no. It's hard to win a World Series.
At what point in this contract do Yankee fans turn on Judge?
I don't know that they will. Obviously, park factors plays a big factor into the success of offensive players at Yankee Stadium, and that's not a bad thing because I know Yankees fans will try to say, "Oh, you hit more home runs on the road last year." Aaron Judge is awesome, but
So
the
that
older
could
he
keep him
gets,
productive.
yeah, that
into
can keep
his
him
older
productive.
age.
Like, no, I was about to use Rizzo as a comparison. That's not really a good one because he's not that old. He just kind of feels like he's older because he's going kind of year to year with contracts right now, like 1-2 year deals since he's been gone from the Cubs. But like, Aaron Judge is so physically imposing that he can just flick his wrist and just pop a ball out of
yeah, he's a monster.
yeah,
he's a
out
monster.
of Yankee Stadium. So he'll be fine. I mean, but they're trying to win a World Series now, and this is what I'm not trying to take this back to the White Sox, but I will. They're trying to win a World Series right now. They haven't done it in 15 years now, and they aren't worried about what the contract might look like. And $40 million in 10 years, 9 years, that could be the going rate for a fucking utility guy, you know? So if he's bad in those last couple, but you get a World Series or two in the front, you know, half of it, that's a win. It's always a win, no matter what.
Next topic here, Baker Mayfield signs with the Los Angeles Rams. Schefter broke the news that as of right now, it's 11:20 a.m. Central Time, Baker could potentially start tomorrow for Thursday Night Football against the Raiders, which makes no sense to me.
How can that be?
I know. McVay's such a wizard, so who knows? Chief, what do you got on here? Is there any more toothpaste to be squeezed out of the Baker tube?
No. You know what my biggest takeaway from this was?
Yeah.
I thank God the Bears aren't like a team where the Baker could have ended up. That's really, I saw that news, and if it was any other year in the history of the franchise, it'd be like, well, should the Bears get Baker? And now we're just not part of that. Because I think it's been squeezed, and to use your analogy. And it's just, if McVay can't get the last drop out of him, then I don't know where he goes or what value he has, because effectively, like, he went to Carolina, Darnold got hurt, they gave him the starting job, and he couldn't work it out there. They had to upgrade him with a I don't know what we want to call Deshaun Watson, but they were willing to take on 11-game suspension and the risk of all the baggage, and we're still like going to get rid of Baker. So so I don't know. I think he's just probably one of those guys who's just like a fringe, not quite good enough to be the guy.
Fringe, I think he's proven that he is very much not the guy. And
Yeah, but
I like Baker too. He seems like a genuinely good cat.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, like, you see some of these backup quarterbacks, like, that's right. We always talk about this in the NFL. Like, he's better than a lot of these backups. Like, he's good enough to hang in the league
Totally.
from that perspective.
Yeah, totally.
And I know they say a lot of those guys don't hang around because then it creates controversy.
Yeah.
And it's like you'd rather have like a true backup than a guy who
Like a
there's
Trevor
always
Siemian.
who there's going to be like controversy where it's like, oh, I don't know, so they go to him and there's going to be this, and this.
How do you think he is? Do you think he can be a backup? I'm not talking about his skill set. I'm talking more personality, because this is the guy who was.
I don't think he's ready.
First overall
I don't
pick.
think mentally,
Yeah.
I don't think he's there yet. I think he still thinks, dude, there's still a ton of teams who need a quarterback. I think someone will give him a shot to start next year, maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, obviously, there's still a lot of fucking water that needs to find its level before we go into the draft and whatnot next year. But I don't know, man. Baker Mayfield is a guy who, if you put him into the right situation, he succeeded in college, which is vastly different than the NFL. But he failed at Texas Tech, and he succeeded fucking big time at Oklahoma.
Did he fail at Texas Tech, or did Patrick Mahomes just come along?
I don't know. I guess that's a good point.
Yeah.
That's a good question. But I don't think Matt Rule's situation in Carolina was great.
Yep.
I don't think,
I agree.
Who knows what happened. Who knows if you put, and I'll tell you what, even though they are 3-9 and they've lost most of their offensive weapons, being around a guy with McVay, even if it's going to be for a month or so, is a smart move by him.
And look, sometimes it just takes people a while to figure it out. I think Baker has tools enough to be the number 1 pick. Look at what Geno Smith's doing.
Yeah.
He bounced around. He was a backup. He was, you forgot that he even existed. And he was like a Heisman-type guy at West Virginia for a minute. And then high pick by the Jets, punched in the face, thrown in the washer machine, spit back out. Now he's doing well in Seattle. So could Baker have a resurgence like that? I don't think it's impossible.
Do you guys watch him a lot?
Who?
Baker.
Well, he's been no. I can't say I watch a lot of Carolina Panthers games, and they've been.
I haven't watched a lot of them this year. I'm talking more with the Browns, but like he'd be moving the team downfield and be like, he looks really fucking good, and then all of a sudden he'd throw, and you're like, what the fuck was that?
Yeah.
Just it'd be 3, 4, 5 awesome plays in a row, at least from my viewing, and then he'd throw a pick, like on the 15-yard line when you're about to punch one in or get 3.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know.
I would have liked I would have liked to see him go to the 49ers and to see him play in a meaningful situation there, because obviously that team's humming right now.
Yeah.
They got a lot of great weapons, clearly, with McCaffrey and
another wizard kind of coach.
Yeah,
too.
exactly.
Yeah.
So that's what I would like to see. I wonder how much, like, you got to think Shanahan sat McCaffrey down and they had a conversation about him.
You would think,
right?
Yeah.
You would think. So I wonder how that went. That's something that I wish I had a fucking little
Someone to
fucking
talk to.
spyware with
Yeah.
that I Spy store and listened to him. But who knows? We'll see. Baker's one of those guys that you're always gonna like you'll always be interested in, for sure. And obviously he's a number 1 pick, so that goes to say. But just how, from the arrest to the planting the flag at Ohio State, there's just so many. He's just one of those guys that is he a 30 for 30 guy? Is he that interesting?
No.
30 for 30 shorts.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Was that a short joke?
No.
Okay.
That's a real series.
I know, I'm fucking around.
Yeah.
Cristiano Ronaldo was benched by Portugal ahead of the round of 16 match. His replacement went on to score a hat trick. Chief, we'll start with you.
Yeah, I mean, this was it's not surprising at all. So, and I don't know if the guy went on to score a hat trick, and then this is, one of the bigger moments. You're in the round of 8 now, the quarterfinal. Whole team is on the field celebrating, and Ronaldo just walks across the field sulking by himself. Like, he's just, like, if it's not about him, he's not about it. And this is the 3rd coach in 18 months, from Portugal team, national team coach, Juventus coach in Italy that kind of ran him out, Eric Ten Hag in Man United. Like, he can't, like, nobody likes him. If nobody likes you, eventually the problem is you. And I think the problem, so I think that's it. He's just the biggest prima donna in the world. Someone here drafted him as their prima donna pick, like almost 2 years ago for this sport, before any of this really happened. So this is another #Chief was right situation.
You said that was me.
It was me. I took him 25th overall in the Diva draft.
Dave, what do you got on
Ryan Whitney.
Ronaldo?
Whole lot of nothing, Ed.
Whole lot of nothing.
I don't give a flying fuck about Ronaldo.
Why? Because USA is out, so the World Cup's over for you?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I kind of feel that way too. I'm kind of ready for other sports to resume.
Yeah. I think I'll get a little more into it maybe when it gets down to, like, the Final
Same.
Four and whatnot.
Yeah.
What's it at right now?
8. Like, I'm still gonna watch all the
course.
games, but like, once the United States was eliminated, and like Dave and I were down hunting, and I didn't get to see any of the games from anything from the end of the U.S. game all the way until yesterday, and I didn't like have crazy FOMO about it. Yeah. Like the group stage where there's 4 games a day and you're gambling a little bit, like, and there's all these different scenarios, like that to me is a little bit more fun.
It's just kind of like the NCAA tournament, like the first and second day.
That's a great analogy.
Yeah.
Are more fun than the Sweet 16.
Totally, that's
Elite Eight
perfect.
weekend sometimes.
Yep.
Yeah, even though those are still great weekends.
Yeah,
too.
and I'm sure these were as well. We had a couple games go to PKs, and
the Spain game was great.
Yeah, so I heard that. I didn't get. I was trying to pull it up down at
DirecTV stinks.
I couldn't find it. I was like begging for my voice command control to be like, World Cup game, and it just couldn't do it.
Saudi Arabia, they paid him $250 a year or something like that.
Yeah,
Oh,
this is part of that sovereign fund, the same thing as the Live Tour. They'll just do whatever.
Crazy,
yeah. So I was surprised he didn't go to the MLS with Messi. Like that would, because Messi's coming next summer
to Miami, right?
To Miami. Like, if they could have put him somewhere in the Eastern Conference and like have a El Clasico type game, but back, somewhere in the United States, like that would have been sweet.
I
But
would have played.
maybe they couldn't pony up the $250 million.
Maybe I heard franchising fee for MLS right now is like $400 million.
Yeah, I think we talked about that.
Did we? Yeah,
I
yeah.
think you
You
told me
said
that.
Yeah, you told me that.
Yeah,
And
because they're up to like 28 franchises, and I think they're going to go to 30 or 32, and that's the proposal. And I think we compared it to what the hockey one was, and I'm pretty sure Vegas Golden Knights in 2018 were 500 million, and then Seattle a couple of years ago was either 650 or 750. And so the fact that MLS is only
big.
Yeah, they've grown quite a bit, and it's one of those things where they have insane fans. Like the team in Atlanta gets more fans than the Falcons, but you never I couldn't even tell you one guy on their team. But there's like this underground hardcore MLS.
I've heard that they have that for. I mean, obviously not to some sizable extent, but I heard they have that for the Fire.
They don't.
I heard those fans games get wild.
If you're in like that one section, they're like they stand up the whole time. They have like a drum section, like they're cool, but like then the rest of the stadium's kind of empty. But there's like Columbus, Cincinnati, all the Pacific Northwest,
Portland,
Atlanta, like those cities have like massive followings. Kansas City, I think, is in that group. So Chicago's seen as kind of like, I was talking to somebody about this who used to play for the Fire. And he's seen, they say Chicago is seen as like the redheaded stepchild of the MLS because it's this big market that can't garner any fan support. So it's interesting.
It doesn't even feel like they tried, but I mean, I don't know.
I don't think playing Soldier Field is going to do them any favors.
Next topic here. There is a new AI writing software that writes computer-generated blogs, and it might take all of our jobs, at least the heavy blogging guys. The software is called a ChatGPT and is available for free online. You just simply tell the AI software what you want to write about, and it will spit out a blog/article within seconds. What do you got on this, Dave?
Let's do some real-time research on this. Let's see if
I call bullshit on this.
Yeah, I'm sure this will go over smooth.
Yeah.
90% of the charm of Barstool is that none of us know how to spell our own names. Uh-oh.
What do you mean?
It says the website's down.
The crash from all of us trying to get free blogs out of them.
Got the hug of death.
Yeah, but like the producer of this show, John Rich, how he does like the blog wheel.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't think that you could plug in whatever the wheel comes up with and generate something the way John Rich does.
Yeah.
So like, because John Rich is effectively this in real life, like with his own weird brain. And so I just, I think it is like if you're one of these people who just hammers away like Reuters articles, like I'm kind of surprised that this didn't exist already. Like I kind of feel like it probably does in a way where it's like if you click on like an NBC News article that like some kind of like, oh, there was some sort of foreign incident, and you read the same story across 6 different platforms, they're all going to be like virtually identical.
Well, wasn't there something that could listen to conversations and write like spec scripts? I could have swear there was a program that could listen to like a conversation. It could like write a script for it. I don't know. There's definitely been software that could like digest conversations and could like make a pilot of something. I've heard of that before. But no, you're right. I don't think like a question on here is, do you think people at Barstool would use this? Yes, they absolutely would, and they would absolutely get caught. Like imagine our guy. Like I just imagine Mush fucking pulling this out of the woodwork, and then he goes from misspelling 85 words.
There's punctuation.
Yeah, exactly.
Something's fucking up. Yeah.
What is going on?
What is this, an Oxford comma? We know this wasn't you.
Marty Mush is using an Oxford
semicolon. Do you know what that is, Mush?
What the fuck? Yeah. This guy's defending Jake Paul and using a fucking semicolon. That'd be unbelievable. You're right, though. Surprising that it took this long to, or probably maybe it's been around forever, but we're just kind of, someone wrote about it and it took off. Last topic here. A woman tattooed her eyeballs purple and blue and is now going blind. Apparently someone else has done it before, and she went blind for 3 weeks, but the sight came back. But it seems like this woman is going to lose it permanently. She says she regrets not doing one at a time because she would only have blindness in one eye.
And that would be worth it.
Yeah, right. Yeah, exactly.
She's got those corneas that are just blue as the Pacific Ocean, like Red and Andy Dufresne.
Yeah, I gotta say, I've been jealous of blue-eyed people my entire life. I feel like if you, let's just say you're a guy and you're a 7, if you have like blue eyes, you're an 8. Like they're worth one standard deviation for hotness. If you got good eyes, and I just have generic fucking coffee poo eyes.
They're nice, and I'll be honest. Like, hopefully the picture's up in the video. It looks cool, but like, I don't do this. Like, what the fuck, tattoo?
I don't think it looks cool. I think it looks fucking like she has a medical issue.
Well, yeah. I mean, when it's puffy,
and she split her tongue.
Yeah, I mean, she's got too much. But like,
I don't even like looking at this.
Can't
girl.
she just use the fucking food dye? Like, there's got to be something.
You can get contacts like this, and I don't think they're very expensive at all.
No, but she's got the white.
I know.
Just fucking stick to the TikTok filters. They're great. You
Yeah,
want to see yourself with blue eyes?
I don't even like looking at that girl.
Yeah, it's tough.
People are trying to peacock out there.
Yeah,
they're trying to peacock.
Look it, and I get it. Blue eyes pop. They do. Like it's something about it.
The white of the eyes is that what she died.
Yes.
Yeah, I understand.
Yeah.
Like, don't do that.
No,
it's fucked up.
But there's got to be other way. Like, there's got to be like.
Nazis experimented with that, Ed. We should do a dog walk on that one
Did
time.
they?
They had this one disgusting guy who would like run experiments on changing people's eye color and shit while they were alive.
Oh, that's fucked up.
Yeah.
Jesus.
We can do it. Yeah. Remember, what was the Japanese thing we did? Unit 5-7.
5-7.
Oh yeah, that's super.
So we
fucked up.
this is like the German version of that.
Jesus. But yeah, go one before the other, I guess.
Yeah.
Play stupid games,
Yeah.
win stupid prizes.
Yeah. You gotta just.
That's a great way to put it.
Yep.
All right, that's the rundown. Any after show Rough and Rowdy is Friday. Go to buyrnr.com. Grace O'Malley's fighting the Cajun Punisher. Also a rematch of Bobby Lang versus Pac-Man Jones. We did an interview with Pac-Man Jones on Redline Radio that comes out tomorrow. That was really funny and great. Go tune into that. Subscribe. Go to the Barstool Chicago YouTube to check it out as well. He was great. He was in a salon chair.
I like that.
And he had a huge dip in.
Ooh,
I also made a promise that I also made a promise that if he wins, all the boys would toss in a Copenhagen wintergreen before.
All right. That's not Dave's brand, but we'll do it anyways.
Before
it is a little. I don't like it that much.
Well, he used to do Grizzly, but he said it cuts his gums too much. So
he's a pussy.
Nah, you don't tell Pac-Man that.
No, I'm joking.
Yeah.
But no, that should be good. He's locked in, and the last fight was good too.
Yeah, it was.
Bobby. And
was.
I love Bobby too.
Yeah.
So I was like,
I have
coming
no
into that, I was
rooting interest.
like, I felt dirty because I love Bobby Lang, and I was like, but Pac-Man came off very likable in the interview too. So like, I don't know what to do.
I heard a rumor. Sydney Wells told me. I didn't see any videos or pictures myself, but did our mean girl fighting Grace O'Malley, and I heard Grace O'Malley popped her pretty good.
I think that was last week that clip came out.
Yeah. I did not give Alex Bennett much of a chance heading into her fight, and
she looked great.
Dead wrong about that. It was like the most wrong I've been about anything since my Jalen Hurts take, and that he sucked, and that was so stupid. And so now I think I'm just going to believe in our girls at Barstool that they can get it done. So I'm excited for that.
It'll be good. So do that, buyrnr.com. That's the rundown for today. There's going to be another one out of New York tomorrow, so tune in for that. And that's it. We'll see you guys.